This is, I didn't even know this came as a green relic. This is possible? What? Bro, I have never seen this before in my life. I didn't know this was possible. This is insane. Alright, this chatter's telling me they were cooking something, so let's check it out if I can find the correct tab with MSC. Ooh, you were cooking? Bro, there's no clear time here. What are you talking about? Well, what exactly are you cooking up here? Wait a minute. What? Oh, teams? Well, teams are easy. No. No. For Castorice, you're going to run this team. Without question. This is going to be her best setup. Castorice, RMC, Tribby, Gallagher. My Day's going to be running the exact same thing. However, My Day can actually use Ho. RMC. Now, you can actually sub for Run May. It works just fine. It'll also give the team overall a bit more speed, which for My Day's purposes is, you know, it's like pretty nice. I know people love to mention the anti-synergy. It's not the big a deal. Genuinely, like you're not relying on them getting hit anyways. You're relying on My Day getting action advance from other units, right? And one of those units is Tribby. As for Linksha is going to be in a similar boat. She's going to want action advancer with another AoE buffer. So and Ho, because Ho is going to be her best support by far. Because energy regions, something like this. Granted, Brony doesn't work that well of her because she's going to lose the buff after her turn, and Yunli is typically ran slow. And so you'd either want Sunday or Sparkle to help buff up. Alternative option would be Ting Yun. Ting Yun works fine. This is going to give her extra energy. It's not going to be her best. She definitely would prefer, again, somebody like Sparkle. Sunday. The biggest thing that's going to help you clear the moats anyways is just further investing into your current stuff, right? That being the Castorice, for example. This Castorice build, bad. Flat out. It needs work. You don't have to pull Herta. No, you don't have to pull Herta. Again, listen. You have a Castorice here. You can clear the current stuff just fine. Your other half needs to pick up the points. Castorice right now can get a full 40k points. And so if you're not doing that, then something's wrong with your setup. Just flat out. Because you have her light cone, right? You can do it. I did it on the other account with it. There's something wrong with the setup. The one half with Castorice should be getting 40k points in pure fiction. And then the other side just needs to get enough points to finish it. Which leaves us to relics and the builds. This is a bad Castorice build, flat out. And it's also not maxed on traces. You're going to want to do this. You're going to want to max those traces. These minor ones, you're going to want to max those. As for the relics themselves, this is terrible. This does nothing for her. This is terrible. This is doing nothing for her. This is actually fine. It should have more HP percent, but this is fine. This one is actually the only good one I've seen. Great job. No. HP Orb is better than Quantum Orb. This is a waste of your time. This is also fine. A little low on the stats, but that's fine. This Castorice needs a lot of work. And a lot. Let's take a look at your Tribby. Next option. Your Tribby is honestly looking better off than your Castorice. Don't know how that happened. You have her light cone. Honestly, I would have recommended to not get this and instead of use Dance, but this is fine. If we look here, yep, you're gonna need to... Where's the thing? I don't want that. You're gonna want to buff up her ultimate so that you do a bit more damage, right, for everybody, because it's gonna increase her damage taken multiplier. So your entire team's gonna do more damage by like 7% whenever you max this out, right? Very beneficial. And because she's focused on doing damage, don't forget to max out everything on her, right? Yeah, 100%. Max out everything on her. Why aren't we just running this? What? Why aren't we just running that? I don't... Why would you even take this off? I don't... Why would you take this off, though? What? This chestplate's fine. Pretty good armband. Pretty good helmet. Why is your Tribby better than your Castorice? No clue. I would not spend any of those rerollers on this, I'm not gonna lie. As I said, if it's not a 4-liner, I think it's honestly a waste. This is wrong. So this needs to be on energy recharge. You can do a lot better by getting more procs, even without DDD. It's gonna reset her ult tick, which is gonna help increase her damage, right? We're not giving it to Castorice. You need new gear on all of them. MC, next option. Get this light cone out of here. We're using this light cone. We want the speed. Most of these talents need to be upgraded as well, primarily the mem ones, so that mem is going to boost damage increase. You can kind of ignore the other ones, but there is some min-maxing to be done by increasing mem's HP, so upgrade MC's talent, and as well as upgrading the skill so that they heal a bit more whenever mem gets pulled, right? It's for min-maxing Castorice specifically, very beneficial. This gear is terrible. I wouldn't run any of this. Definitely going to need to farm up some Von Whack. It is what it is. Gallagher, he's going to get a new set. Also, quid pro quo only applies for non-Castorice teams. Anyways, Gallagher desperately needs his talents and skill. These are just not built whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, that's not built whatsoever. What's your My Day look like? Terrible. Terrible. He wants Imaginary Orb. This could be better, yeah. Nah, there's a lot of stuff that can be done and like easily fixed really fast. Or I say really fast, but it's gonna obviously take time. Everything takes time, right? So the simplest fix is gonna be just sticking into both of these domains for a long time, right? You're gonna get a bunch, or you could just theoretically craft these because only those 2 characters will use this. And then just stick your head inside of this domain until you get gear for everybody else, and then you can build your healers in the new one. Castorice specifically does really want healers, so it might be better for you to just sit in here until the next update and then farm the healers sets until you get enough for both your Ho-Ho and Gallagher, right? Otherwise, you don't really need any other domains. I mean, like, you could use 2-piece speed for the MC, but the new set's going to be 2-piece speed. And so you'll have that done by farming the new domain and this one. And then, again, we're not going to do any niche builds, despite the fact that I would say it's her best build. We're not going to farm this for Runmei until you're done with everything else. So that's like the last thing. You also need to level up your traces, right? And that's something that's also just going to take time to level up, right? Yo, make sure you do your Divergent Universe weekly. Yeah, you gotta... Well, for one, you gotta grind Familiar Universe, but you gotta do this every week. This is gonna be huge. You're also gonna need to clear out this shop. This is like the biggest thing for free-to-plays that I know some people just end up not doing. You gotta do this every week and clear out this shop. This light cone is literally the best 4-star option for like Blade, My Day, and probably Jingliu if she gets changed to HP or whatever. This is like the best 4-star option for Robin besides Poise to Bloom. This one is actually not that good, to be fair. But it's better than not having it. This one is still meta for a bunch of Nihility characters. I mean, the worst one up here is arguably the Preservation one. But even then, like, you should just don't buy tickets. It's a big waste. It's a big waste. And then same thing for this. You're behind on updates, but these legitimately, I would pick this over the 2 tickets because this is going to give you a slight buff for Divergent Universe. And it may be small, but like, it's better than not having it, and just to make your Divergent Universe runs a little bit easier. These other 2 are just cosmetics, so you can ignore them, but I rather make my account look nice than 2 single pulls for a 3-star light cone, right? Just saying. That being said, with what we have right now, let's see what we can do on MoC. No, Bronya doesn't work with My Day. It's not 2 full teams. He only has 1 full team. Not even, well, not even full team if you know, talking like 5. Ew, why is it in ×1? I shouldn't have let it autoplay. Yunli, no, Yunli doesn't work either because the buff only lost 1 turn. If you stick to it, you could have your account ready by the time Fate comes out. Yes, it is possible to repair a lot of this stuff in like 1 update. If you get lucky, that is. If you're like really unlucky, you might not get a single usable relic. This account needs the revive passive. Okay, wait, you know what? You're actually right. You're right, Ting Yun. I forgot. You're not even wrong. Yes, he does technically have 2 viable teams. Yes. I forgot about Ting Yun for a second. Bro, this gotta be the lowest damage I've seen on any account. Why is your Tribby out damaging everybody else? Yeah, Tribby should not be out damaging everybody else. Diabolical. True. Oh, finally Castorice is doing some damage. Brother, my Jingliu does as much damage. No, unfortunately there were no HP rolls actually. Bro has all defense on everything. Did Mim die? Bro, how in the fuck? That's crazy. We're gonna need some time. And by time I mean a long time. By the way, E1 My Day can probably carry, like, a lot when he's built, by the way. So, like, that's kind of the reason why I said it's probably best for you to sit in that one domain. Because it will build My Day, it will build gear for your supports. And... yeah, like, legitimately My Day could hard carry this account until Fate. If built. Because he's got no gear, I told you that. There is no gear. It's all defense. I messed up the ult timing there. It's all defense. There is no gear. That wasn't a joke. I'll see how far we can, like, push it, but, like, I don't think we can beat Netherwing. I legitimately think we'll somehow die to Netherwing. We might not even get there, to be honest. I think Bro's account might be the first account to actually die to Netherwing. Despite the fact the boss, like, literally doesn't kill you. Wait, hold on. Is it physical week? I didn't even check. No. Also, a bunch of these setups are being boosted because of the effect, which is giving you +2 or a +2 to the Memo Sprite skill and +3 to regular skills. So this is your best opportunity to get as high as a clear as possible, because this buff is the first one we've had in a long time that's actually good. Look, normally I would say good, you should feel bad, but at this point it's just kind of sad. But this is what happens with new players. We're already doing that right now. I've been recording this whole time. I'm telling you, I'm locking in, bro. I gotta stop goofing around. Actually make the content. Bro, this is floor 10, we dying. Unless the new player started. Okay, yes, there are a few updates where it's like really easy to just like I don't know, like crash and burn through the whole update. Like if you like played Firefly's launch update, you would have had like a comically easy time because you could have just abused Firefly and like run May. But yeah, not every update's made equal. Yeah, she literally just needs break. Like the break characters just need break. Like it's not a big deal. Watch him trap my day and we're just screwed. You can't make the it's not scripted, chat. You can't make this shit up. No, he died. Did you? He revived himself. He died. Did you not see the pranga? He died. Bro, it's not even CC immune. You died. Pre-watched. Yeah, pre-watched MSC. It's okay, at least he has three free revives, so. Oh man, there's the last one. Oh my god. Chat, I think I know why they introduced the global passive. Ho-Ho's AoE healing save us. Ooh. Actually, I don't even think that's Ho-Ho. That might be like a different effect. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Brute forcing our way with E1 my day. Let's go. He's still not dead. Oh man. Listen. There's a reason why I glaze my day. It's because he's worthy of it, okay? There's a reason why I said, yeah, he's basically the best DPS. But man. Alright, let's see if we die or not. I like how we literally don't have enough HP for like the full drag. No, we're gonna do that. We actually don't even have enough HP to use the dragon. Did you actually just... Alright, I'm gonna need you to read Castorice's kit later. Okay. That's to be fair, I did take off the MC's light cone. But still. We got lucky and somehow kept the cycle. And now here's the bad part. Trying to get the dragon back. Oh. We might be cooked. We might be cooked. By the way, Tribby doesn't have Dance 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 if anybody's wondering. I think you might be stuck because that boss is gonna kill you every time. You have to have a defensive unit against him. Unless you just completely overpower him with like Acheron AoE, for example, right? It's cooked. It's cooked. It's cooked, chat. That one's just cooked. Fix it. Fix what? You don't have the gear. What's a farm? Okay, we'll go over it one more time. All right, what I was saying earlier. Stick your head into this domain, the Path of Uncertainty, for like the next month. Now you're gonna have to switch it up a little bit to get the new healer set, because I would definitely get that for your Huo and Gallagher. But just farm this Path of Uncertainty domain for like a minute. This 2-piece and the 4-piece will be useful on multiple characters you have, right? The 2-piece is going to be useful on the MC. It's going to be useful for Huo and Gallagher until you get their 4-piece of the new set, right? It's going to be useful on Ru and Mei just to get your speed minimums, right? It's going to be, the 4-piece is going to be good on Ting Yun. This is going to be her best option since you're going to use Yunli. And the 4-piece is also going to be Bronya's best option until you get Sunday to replace her, right? You're going to need that. The 2-piece, similar thing. It's going to be great for you. Actually, I think Yunli can even somewhat use the 4-piece to an extent. It's not her best, but it would give you an option that is probably going to have better stats than this, to be fair, because the stats on this are terrible. But it gives you some gear there, right? 4-piece, obviously, for my day. The 2-piece will also be great for any other DPS you get in the future, right? That's about it. Any of the fodder stuff can be converted into another set whenever you need it, right? And then the same thing goes for your every week, your four runs, right? Your 4 weekly runs of free planars. that's going to be on the HP planar, right? This one right here. This HP one is going to be great for your top characters being Maide, Castorice, Tribi. After that, it can be used as primarily fodder, to be fair. But this 2-piece can be good on your healers until you replace it with something else, right? That's going to be the most efficient option for you specifically. It's going to get those characters up. And in fact, you can use it as like a filler gear, just because it's got 6% speed. That's also going to help getting that speed minimum for a lot of those characters until you can then replace it with Broken Keel that you're most likely going to be crafting a bunch of ER ropes for on all these characters, right? And that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's going to be quite literally just leveling up your traces. Now, to be honest, I think the priority should be on those relics because you legitimately do not have gear. And so you'd be better off farming those relics so that everybody has at least usable gear so that you can at least push this content a little more and then further invest with those talents. I didn't even know this came as a green relic. This is possible? What? Bro, I have never seen this before in my life. I didn't know this shit was possible. This is insane. This comes as a 2-star relic? What the hell? Yeah, anyways. That should be an easy enough roadmap. It will get most of your characters done. Fortunately, new players have actually good domains to farm. Most of them are still bad. It just is what it is. But there are better options to farm. That being said, light cones. Level up this one for your MC. You're going to be using this, right? I already mentioned this. Try to think about using units without their signature light cone, right? Because I can tell you right now, I know you're new, but this Rame light cone is a scam cone. To be real, like it's just not worth it. Tribi's is okay, but like Dance 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 is insanely overpowered with Tribi. For Castoroi specifically, you might want to switch over to the Battle Pass light cone for Gallagher, right? Ting Yun can actually use an R5 meshing cogs, which you don't have. Oh, no, you do have. Yeah, so Ting Yun, if you get enough stats, can actually use R5 meshing cogs. No, you can use it on Ruan Mei if you have it. It's fine. It's just that this cone isn't worth it, right? The better option is using Memories of the Past for Ruan Mei, or meshing cogs if you just get enough break stats, right? But you've already bought this cone, so it's like totally fine. You can just use it. Like if you have it, yeah, use it if you want, but it doesn't consistently give her a 3-turn ultimate unless you get hit enough times, where Memories of the Past does. And specifically in the context of a break team, right? In a break team, this is going to be a better option because damage percent does nothing for break, and this is going to give you maximum uptime in your ultimate, right? Yeah, but like, this is going to get diluted in so many teams. Like, we need to keep this in mind. Like, I call this a scam cone for 2 reasons. 1, it doesn't give you a 3-turn ult rotation, which is the biggest thing for Ruan Mei. 2, it does nothing in a break team because damage percent is useless for break. So that's even worse. 3, it only gives like 8% more break effect than the 4-star option at S5. And then 5, this effect is so inconsistent that you can hardly make use of it. So this cone, for most part, is bad. The third reason is that this right here, this damage percent here, is going to get insanely diluted. Let's take a look at Castorice, for example, right? Castorice has this trace that, yeah, it's this one. Damage dealt by 30% or 6 times. You know how much damage this is, right? Damage percent, this is a lot, right? This is going to be 6 times 30 damage percent. She's getting, with just this, her own ability, 180 damage percent. This is why HP Orb is better, but this is also why Ruanmei's Cone is like doing fuck all on a lot of teams. It's because in comparison to this 180, this is giving, just a little bit of plus 24. The actual, I misclicked, sorry. It's just doing plus 24. Like it's like doing nothing. The actual damage amplification of 24 damage percent is so little to Castorice and a bunch of characters that this cone just isn't even worth getting. Right? And this is like if you're spending Stellar Jades for like pulling light cones, for example, right? That's why Ruanmei's Cone is a scam cone, is because it's effectively doing nothing that she actually wants. This is like one of the worst light cones to like have or to like pull for, unlike any character, right? Because this option is so useful for her. And so like that's why it's a scam cone. But like you have it, and so it's fine to use. Like, it's not gonna be a big deal. If you build your Ruanmei correctly, and she gets hit a few times, you can still get a 3-turn ult rotation, right? If you run it with like Gallagher Quid Pro Quo or something, you can still get a 3-turn ult rotation, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but just like you want to keep in mind what these light cones are actually doing for these characters, so that you know where to prioritize your resources, right? And if you see a light cone like Ruanmei's where it's like, wait, that's not actually doing anything for me, then you don't get it, right? Yeah, and a lot of the times it's more beneficial to get DPS light cones anyways, because that's going to be a guaranteed like 30% damage amp, right? From the free-to-play option. So that's something to keep in mind. DPS light cones typically take priority because it's guaranteed upgrades in your damage. Anyways, as I was saying, so Tingyun has other options she can use as a light cone. Dance is fine. Probably her best bet, to be honest, considering that, again, if you get hit like once or twice, you can probably get a 3-turn ultimate just fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, that should be it for now. Most of what you can do, I don't know who you're pulling for, but if you are worried about the Fate collab, I'd probably hold on to my pulls until we get more information. And yes, that would mean skipping Castorice's best healer, right? Hyacinth. It would mean skipping her, but Castorice is strong enough with Gallagher to where she can clear basically most content. It's going to struggle a little bit more in Pure Fiction, but I would say it's better to wait to have more information to then make a more informed decision on what to do with your account going forward. Because apart from fixing the relics, pulling somebody like Sunday is going to fix all your problems, right? Because he's synergizing so well with all of your other DPS, right? We don't know how he's going to synergize with those Fate characters, but all of your other DPS are going to love Sunday. And then, furthermore, I know it's going to sound like Cypher propaganda, but in my opinion, a universal buffer, which is what Cypher is going to be a lot more beneficial than pulling the one sustain for the one character, right? Now, I'm not telling you to pull Cypher. It might be a better choice to just skip her. But pulling somebody that's a universal amplifier like that is going to be more beneficial than I would say pulling Hyacinth is, just for the one team. Because what Cypher would do is it allow you to flex teams. It's going to open up those team options, right? You wouldn't have to worry about, oh, Ruanmei doesn't work here, or I'm using Tribby and RMC on the other team. I only have Ruanmei, right? Assuming you pulled Sunday, you'd have Sunday, Ruanmei or Cypher to use for whatever team it is. And you'll be fine, right? Granted, with Yunli specifically, Robin's going to be the better pick, right? 100% Robin's gonna be the better pick. But there are options that I would say would be much more beneficial and give you an easier time building teams than pulling a sustain for one character, right? Especially given that it's very clear you can already clear the content, because despite not having any gear, you still got like up to floor 10. Like you've got like 9 stars out of like 12 on the other stage. Like it's doable. You just got to actually build the characters, right? Sure, you're brute forcing a little bit, but like that's fine, right? You build the characters, it'll be totally fine. So yeah, that's really about it. Like there's not much more I can do today. It's more just like get the relics, put them on the character, and then everything will work out, right?